All right. Now we are going to try this one more time. Let's see if this is going to adjust or not. Orientation is locked. Okay. All right, we're going to try this one more time, folks. If the internet connection drops out during this attempt, I'm probably just going to cut it for the night. But in the event that it was the phone call that messed up the last one, then I'm going to keep it going. So, the first rod that I'm prepping right here is going to be one of my perch rods. Is your room clean, son?
Yeah.
Then get your room clean. Thank you. All right. My son wants to join this live stream so bad, but not with a dirty room he's not. That is not about to happen. So the first rod I'm rigging up for tomorrow is going to be one of my perch rods. It's honestly heavy enough. It's probably like a medium action and medium strength. It's probably heavy enough. Back to our regularly scheduled program. I'm trying, Dustin. I'm trying, dude. I think the phone call messed up the internet connection for the last one. So hopefully we're good now. Your room's Tell somebody to give you a cookie, man. Dominic, you got your room clean, man. That's all right. That's how it starts. That's how the real work starts, is getting your room clean, right? So the first one I'm going to rig up is kind of my favorite yellow perch rig, and that's going to be with about 16-ounce jig head and a 16th ounce shad dart. I can show you both of those actually, since we're talking about them. There's both of those right there. I'm going to tip the jig head with a soft plastic. I can hear my son tearing through his room right now trying to trying to finish up so he can get on this live stream. Oh, hold on. I missed the chat there. What was that, brother? Live chat. Okay. Are you going with X9 40-pound braid this year? Yes, sir, I am. Yes, sir, I am. Up until this year, really, it was up until last year. Whenever I started fishing with Rashawn, like up until then, I had really only used like 20-pound braid, and I was like, you don't need any heavier. And in most situations, you don't. As long as you set your drag correctly, in most areas, you really don't need more than that 20-pound braid. But if you get in the areas that have really heavy grass, that's where I've found I really need that extra line strength, because then you're setting the hook and trying to wrestle out not only the weight of the fish, but also the grass that's in there. In some heavy grass areas, you can come out with as much grass as you have fish. And after I lost one or two fish out there, one or two of my favorite lures on some absolutely tank fish out there, that stopped it pretty quick for me. That stopped it. That stopped that 20-pound line pretty quick for me. Now, if y'all can see that dropper loop, I'll hold it in front of my shirt so you can. It's almost, actually, it is a little bit too long. So if you have it too long, it can wrap around the line, and that'll hurt the action of the lure. So I'm actually going to cut this and redo that dropper loop, because I made that dropper loop too long. I knew it when I started tying it. As soon as I started tying it, I was like, oh, I should fix that. They're like, nah, I'll be able to adjust it. And no, I was not. Let's see. And message said, Dominic, it's easier to cast cast as well. Okay, less backlash. That's what I've heard, man. It's like I've heard nothing good. Nothing good. I've heard nothing bad about Berkley X9, man. And I used it for probably the tail end of last year on one of the on a reel that Rashawn actually gave me. It was a 6-gill reel. And until right now, that reel needs some maintenance. Otherwise, I would still be slinging it. But that X9 is just so much smoother, like worlds smoother than Power Pro and Suffix braid and the other stuff that I've used. So between castability and just using it in general, it's excellent. I'd highly recommend Berkley X9 to anyone out there who is at a loss for what kind of braid to get. So let's see here. Mind getting Kevin and I on the schedule for some snakehead this year? Bro, we're doing it, man. We are doing that. I mean, I just saw a picture, I think they featured it in Fish Talk magazine, where somebody did manage a snakehead out on the eastern shore. And I think they were slow rolling a spinner. I could be wrong, I have to go back and check, but either way, that's a great tactic for this time of year. And with how warm it's been, I know I tied this god darn dropper loop the same length as the last one. But it's a little bit shorter, it might do. But when it comes to snakehead fishing, if it stays keeping like this kind of warming trend we have going, if that keeps on, you're going to see me snakehead fishing real soon. Like, the only reason I'm not snakehead fishing tomorrow is A, I'm trying to hang out with my teammates, And B, I'm still in that CCA tournament, and I'm trying to hopefully find a few better pickerel. I've caught plenty of pickerel this year, especially given how few times I actually was able to make it out for them, but I haven't been able to get onto the big ones like I wanted to. Big crappie, yes. Good bass, yes. Big pickerel, not really. Biggest one was low 20s. I think I might have missed something there. Let me make sure. Maybe this time I can tie this dropper loop right. Justin, what's up, man? Oh, Fisherama, what's going on? Oh, we got a few fellas popping here. Let me try to... And we'll do this and that and this and that. Sorry, I'm a novice when it comes to going live like this. So, feel guilty for asking? No, I don't feel guilty, dude. Chesapeake Hunter 7. I like Power Pro Super Slick V2. I haven't tried that yet, dude. I appreciate the heads up, though, because I definitely want a smoother solution than my old Power Pro. And if they have a new one out that'll do it, I'm definitely open to it. What are you tying? Right now I'm tying a 2 dropper loops for a yellow perch rig. And Justin said, yeah, I was right. That was slow rolling a spinnerbait. Thanks, dude. That's awesome, man. Thought we were going out today. I had it on my head, dude, but I ended up spending pretty much my whole day either cleaning the house, fixing things around the house, or getting my kids to clean their rooms and do their chores, which is what at least 2 of the 3 are still doing right now. So, I mean, we've made progress, but they are not done with that particular task yet. All right, now, this time, gosh darn it, this time I am going to tie a dropper loop that is not too long. So a way you can gauge that as you're tying the dropper loop, you want that top loop that you're going to be sticking the lure through. You can see it right there in front of my shirt. You only want it about that big, because that dropper loop right there, right here, is pretty close to what the loop is going to be once you finish tying the knot. So I'm going to feed the lure through it, over, and I'm going to pull it through, keeping an eye on just how long that loop is. Yes, yes. And that loop is probably right around 1 inch. The last 2 that I had tied are probably closer to 2 inches. This is a much better size. It'll give it some rigidity right where it connects to the main line to keep this off of the main line so it doesn't get tangled up and taken out of the game. So we finally got a decent dropper loop tied. That's progress, man. Uh-oh. Oh, okay, good. I thought I had left or forgotten or lost my shad dart. And the last thing I want to happen is to have my wife find the shad dart by stepping on it. That would not go well for me. And she'll be home soon, so. Oh, for any of those who are joining who haven't seen it yet, this is my new Katie Lynn custom rod. And that's paired with an SLX DC bait casting reel. The line is 40-pound X9 Berkeley. And I can't wait to use this. Although I have been waiting, because if you haven't heard my lecture before when it comes to using braid in really cold weather, braid retains water. And when it's really cold, like Guide's icing cold, that's when the line really retains water to the point where you can hardly even cast it anymore. And that's with a spinning reel, an open face. I can only imagine how much worse it is when using a bait caster. So I don't know about y'all's experience. Let me know in the chat. It seems like spinning gear, for a few different reasons, is kind of the better way to go during the winter. And I mean, don't get me wrong. It's like, honestly, I'll tell anybody, and as a lifelong spin fisherman, that it's more fun to throw bait casters. It keeps you more engaged. Justin said, man, that thing looks like a beauty. It is, dude. It's the craftsmanship that Shane puts into his rods is just incredible. I know, right? It is a really pretty rod, dude. Hey, Big Mike, tomorrow I'm going out for pickerel, bass, crappie, perch, and anything else that wants to play. I mean, this time of year, you probably saw it. Y'all probably saw the last video I posted, which was me hopping around to spillways and mill ponds around the eastern shore. And this time of year, I'm grateful to catch anything, dude. Because, I mean, I usually roll, and I get a lot of crap for it from Rashawn and other dudes, because I'll roll in my kayak. I almost always have at least one ultralight setup and a beetle spin or two, because if I'm not catching anything, I will catch bluegill, man. Like, if I can save my day and get a little bit of bend in the rod, I'll do what I gotta do, man. 2 dropper loops, precisely, Fisherama. So I'm gonna cover this more in my video that comes out next week, where I was kind of deep water perch jerking. But I do use 2 dropper loops, and then about 8 to 12 inches is where I'll tie my weight. Now, the mass of that weight will vary depending on the current and depth that I'm fishing. But it's essentially a drop shot rig. You know, let's call it what it is. It's a drop shot rig with 2 hooks on it, right? Instead of the 1. And it can be really effective in a lot of different environments. And one of them is deep water perch jerking, perch jigging, whatever you want to call it. And it's a good time, man. It's really effective. I see you, Justin. See, are you going to the flea market in Cambridge next weekend? I didn't even know there was a flea market. There's so many fishing events this year. It's like I keep trying to add them to my calendar as I see them advertised on social media, but I'm still missing them. I'm still missing them. Oh yeah, how many do you lose to that down tree? Oh my God, bro. Oh my God. It's like me and my buddy Jamie, we are going to be going out soon. And it was a video from earlier, like early 2021, where Jared and I went for yellow perch out on the eastern shore. And we slayed them, but there was a particular tree there that it looked like a Christmas tree, and we were done, man. We went through, between the 3 of us, we had to have gone through at least 40 or 50 shad darts. But the perch were stacked on it, so you know, what are you going to do? You got to keep throwing. What's up, son?
I'm ready for you to check.
You ready for me to check? You think so, huh? Somehow I doubt that. Well, come say hi for a minute while I finish tying this rig.
Hola! Dora!
You are not Soy Dora. You're going to confuse him more than you already have. I've had a few guys, it doesn't really bother me, but I've had a few guys recently come up and think he was a female because he has long hair like I do. And he can't wear a beard in his face yet like I can. It's coming though, right, son?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming. So, if y'all see Orion in my future videos, know that he is in fact a male.
Or else you'll see me in your nightmare.
Oh, shoot. Oh, you coming for him, huh, son?
Yes.
Oh, look out, y'all. Look out, he's dangerous.
And also, this is my hat, another Easter egg bin.
Oh, that's a good thing you told us, because I was on the completely wrong sheet of music, man. Do me a favor, you already empty your trash?
Yes, Daddy.
You sure? Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining me tonight on this, what's going to be, I guess, a very short live session here, because I don't want to leave y'all here where I go to my, oh, Justin said, what's up? So I don't want to, I have 2 Shimano Corrado DC and love them. Yeah, dude, I can't wait to use it. It's going to be my first time throwing a DC reel, actually. Like, I started last year with my bait caster, but that was, you know, I don't know what you would call that, analog, you know. DC, this will be my first year throwing a DC, and I'm really looking forward to it. I've just been holding off because I didn't want to damage my braid fishing in, like, icy conditions. So, I don't know if that's me being a little overprotective or if it's actually a wise move. I really don't know. But anyway, thanks for joining in. Like, when I'm doing fishing prep work in the future, what I'll do... Hey, Mike, how you doing? Thanks. Yeah, we're going to try, dude. I got some Delaware experts. We got some Delaware experts on the team now, so they should be able to clue us into where to go exactly tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
But I am going to end this so I can go finish checking children's chores and rooms. But I'll try to do these more often when I'm prepping my gear for the next day, just so we can hang out, shoot the shit, have some fun, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all true.
All right, folks. Thanks for watching, man. Thanks for joining, and I'll catch you on the next one.
Bye.